Thank you for staying with us on the Midday News. Well, today is the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, observed annually on the 26th of June to raise awareness of the global fight against drug abuse and the illegal drug trade. The United Nations says the day provides an opportunity to reflect on the growing impact of the world drug problem and also promote innovative, evidence-based solutions. Established by the UN General Assembly in 1987, the observance underscores the global commitment to build a society free from drug abuse. According to the United Nations, the production and use of cocaine continues to rise, while synthetic drugs are becoming more widespread due to their low production cost and ease of distribution. Drug trafficking networks are also exploiting technology to reach new users and expand their illicit operations. This year's campaign highlights the need for stronger collaboration among governments, communities, civil society, and the public to reduce both the demand for and supply of illicit drugs while tackling the evolving threat posed by organized crime. Let's have this conversation with the founder, Silec Initiative, Irakpo. Thank you for talking to us on the Midday News. Let's start with how relevant you think, this day is in raising awareness of, the global fight against drug abuse.
Yeah, thank you once again for having me. This day is very crucial because it provides an avenue for we to create effective awareness on the imminent dangers of drugs and the illicit trafficking that is destroying the lives of young people, our community, and even hindering the progress of nations. And Nigeria is not left in this equation. So when we talk about this particular day, it is a day that is set aside by the United Nations to educate and sensitize the general public on the dangers of drug abuse and to also reinforce, the achievements of humanity. And as you all know, the challenges of drugs, it affects the families, it affects the society, it affects the workplace, and it affects the nation. So the need for nations to come together, the world to create more effective awareness on how to tackle the issue of drug abuse and the illicit trafficking cannot be overemphasized.
Stronger collaboration is, the focus of this year's event. But now that the United Nations has now said that drug trafficking networks are now taking advantage of, technology, how can this problem be managed?
Yeah, that is one of the challenges that we are confronting with right now, that is confronting us now. Because the truth is, the drug traffickers and they are very intelligent individuals. These are people who have the home monies, people who have the sophisticated gadgets, to operate. And I can also tell you that there are technology which these drug networks that they've even created that in terms of when they are communicating, you'll be able to telecommunications organization will be able to even decode their communication. So it is a dimension that they have taken to spread. And I think that the governments of various nations must also intensify their efforts to throw their weight behind tech solutions, which are very, very important in this age because we cannot do without really embracing technology in tackling particular menace. So when we talk about the dimension the drug traffickers are taking, it is very, very intelligential, and we need to also discuss that and make it, bring it to table so that the government can also realize that if we must tackle the issue of drug and illicit trafficking, technology is very, very important.
When you look at the way Nigeria has really addressed its, drug trafficking problem, would you say they have really done well, considering how, our borders are being managed?
Yeah, considering the present administration of Brigadier General Brahmawa and what we have seen in the last years, he has really put in his best. We have seen a lot of results. We have seen arrests. We have seen how they are confiscating assets of these barons And we are also seeing the level of commitment in terms of partnership from various organizations to drive the message. That's like what I always tell the governments of the day is that we have a long way to go because the target is the young people, and young people represent the assets of the nation. And if the assets of the nation must be protected, if the country must be productive. So when you talk about the performances so far from the corridor of NDLEA, they have tried. But on the other way, the government also needs to really show more commitment. They need to also put in the needed resources. The political will is also important as we tackle the issues of drug abuse. So for Nigeria, we have bodies that needed to be protected, and we also have a lot of resources that needed to be pumped into it so that we can get the needed results.
Thank you for talking to us at this time. Founder, Silec Initiative, Sonny Irakpo. Thank you for joining us on the media.